what is going on now here? It's me, Gabriel Nagle, coming at you with 3 weather highlights today, and also I'm the founder of Weather Buddies Forecasting Central. So, today we're going to talk about 3 weather highlights, and the first one we're going to discuss about is two potential tropical systems looming in the Atlantic and the Gulf of Mexico. Also, we're going to be discussing a little bit about the heat wave, and we're going to be talking about, the next 3 days worth of severe weather that we may be potentially seeing. So, if you guys like weather-related content, if you guys love weather-related content, and you guys really appreciate it, please give this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel, and share the video with your family and friends. Alright, let's get started with the video. Okay, so here are 3 weather highlights to be watching. With 3 weather highlights for watching for the next 5 days. 2 potential storms in the tropics, to a major heat wave across the eastern portion of the United States. So let's go ahead and move down now. So areas to be really watching are, let me go and move my EpiPen over there, are really right here in the Gulf of Mexico and really north of the Caribbean, and also just north of Bermuda. There are 2 areas of tropical disturbed weather in those areas. And for this, these 2 disturbed areas of tropical disturbances have recently kind of just popped out of the blue, and well, I will tell you, they were not expected to happen just yet. So, well, I will tell you they were kind of unexpected, but the reason to why I have this SST anomaly map pulled up is because I want to do a quick update on this for you. This right here shows, I'm just going to do a quick update on that area and this area in the Mid-Atlantic. Well, let's go ahead and do that real quickly. It's just going to be a little short-term update along with these 3 weather highlights. Why not? Bonus for you guys for being very loyal. Alright, so here is this area in the Nino region. Right now, we're just kind of in neutral, so instead of drawing that, we should be just saying neutral. So we really don't have any El Nino or La Nina event going on right now, and partly due to the fact that because there are warm waters pushing up underneath this area that have since then weakened the La Nina that really was taking place throughout the winter. And also, for anybody who does crops in the Midwestern part of the country, this is an area of concern as well. That will be in a later update. But this is an area of concern for the Midwestern part of the country and the middle part of the country, because for really this whole entire part of the U.S., this is a concern, because especially for crops, because you guys can be, and there's already evidence of that happening, of this blue tongue of water that has been showing that. Whoops, messed up on my drawings there a little bit, but you guys don't see what I'm saying. Also, this is worth noting here as well. Just watching these areas of warm water. Now let's move on to the Atlantic real quickly. Even though despite just north of the Bermuda area, there are some cooler waters, there's a mix of cooler and warmer waters. But look at the Gulf of Mexico real quick, guys. Look at the Gulf of Mexico. I'd say about 1 to 2 degrees above Celsius. If not slightly warmer than that in some isolated locations. Also, just by looking really over here in the main development region, there's a lot of warm. So again, areas to be worth watching here the next couple of weeks. We will be doing some monsoon coverage and other severe weather coverage, along with some hurricane coverage in the long run. Our monsoon awareness project will be coming up here very shortly. I will update you guys on that when we'll be doing that. Anyways, we'll move on to the next slide now. We've discussed too much about that SST anomaly stuff, so now we're going to move on to the next slide. So the area of concern is this very weak tropical system right here, and this one out here in the Atlantic, just like I said, north of Bermuda. And I will be showing you quick little slides upon these tropical systems. And I want to mention a quick disclaimer. I do my own forecasting maps, partly because I don't want to get into trouble for using maps that are not that are from the SPC or from NOAA or from the NWS. I know people don't get into trouble for using those maps, but I want to keep my channel safe and I want to keep you guys safe. So, just to kind of update you guys on that. So why is this one yellow and why is this one orange? Well, I will be explaining that to you guys here in a second. This one's yellow because this one I'm giving it about I'd say between a 20 to 40% chance of developing. I'm really giving it actually realistically a 20% chance of developing. It still could bring a lot of flooding though to the southeastern town, especially the Corpus Christi area, and also possibly Houston as well, and again southeastern Louisiana. You guys don't need any more rain. You just don't. Too much water. And then also, this one I'm giving about a 40 to 50% chance of developing because, again, it's slightly stronger, and I'll show you why this is. But let me go ahead and close that out and go to the next slide and show you. There's that area of the 40 to 50. Let me just show you what I am seeing here. Here's that area of spin. Again, area of spin right there. It's just north and east of Bermuda. Also, if you guys look, I know it's really hard to see in this area, but if you guys look, you can see a little bit of a rotation right there. This is the reason why I'm watching this area, because there is a little bit of a rotating succulent right there that's causing some concern for tropical activity along the coasts of Louisiana and Texas. So that's partly the reason to why I did do a trying to keep up with my thoughts here. Why I did do a regional area right over here. So let's go ahead and move on to the next slide now. So this next slide, this is where things start to fall apart a little bit. This tropical system kind of dives down a little bit like that, and then we'll start to kind of twirl a little bit, and then it'll just kind of go like this. Which in the next slide you really won't see it. It'll still be there, but it won't be as strong, and it won't have that rotation to it. Here's that little succulent area of rotation down there in the Gulf of Mexico. Very tiny little thing. Nothing to be too concerned about. Again, it's but still worth area watching due to the amounts of flooding in southeast Texas, the coast of Texas and Louisiana. And we want to include New Orleans on that. Next slide. Alright. There's that, so you guys are wondering, where did that tropical system go? Well, it is right here. As you guys can see the little circulation around the isobars. Well, where did that other system go? It is right here currently, and it's still got its spin, but it's, you know, they're not really areas to be too concerned about, but the areas worth watching, like I said, due to the fact that they have spin to them and they're over the ocean, and anything that has spin and that's over the ocean, especially warm ocean waters like these two locations, you have to be very, very wary of these storms, since they could change drastically. I mean, hurricanes in the past have been known to, tropical systems or any type of low pressure system that develops in warm waters tends to known to develop quickly into disturbed hurricanes. Alright, let's go on to the next slide now. Now, here we are on talking temperatures real quickly. I would say really most of the southeast, this is the heat wave portion of this forecast, most of the southeast and mid-Atlantic are going to experience a pretty abnormally warm heat wave for this time of year. Some of you guys really in Atlanta, Georgia, and Raleigh, North Carolina, you guys could be getting temperatures probably potentially up in the triple digits. And yes, I will tell you right now, for those areas that are going to potentially see that because of the high humidity levels and because of the heat index, I highly suggest if you go out for a run, go in the morning or later in the evening. And also just please bring a couple of bottles of water with you. Stay hydrated, so you don't end up with heat stroke. And then really this whole swath of this 40 to 60% chance that I have kind of drawn out here, this whole swath of this area, for the most of the country is going to say 40 to 60% chance of above average temperatures. Really the whole eastern, let's say, third of the country. So again, areas the rule of thumb is do not go outside without a bottle of water, especially if you're planning on going on a hike, a run, or anything like that, to exercise, anything like that. But really, this 10 to 20% chance, and again, this is just chances. This is anomaly. So this isn't really, this ain't the actual air temperature. You know what I'm saying? So this is again chances, but it's still worth noting that it is really hot here in the southeast and stuff like that. Also, because I have a friend that lives in eastern Ohio, he has been getting some pretty warm weather the last few days, really last couple of days. And I know where I live, I've been getting some nice warm weather. Nothing too out of the ordinary, but we have been getting some nice warm weather. But, yeah, I just thought I'd point that out to you guys real quickly. Alright, let's move on to the next slide now. Now we're moving on to the SPCs. Areas worth watching. This is today. Really, southeast, Wisconsin, Iowa, eastern parts of Iowa, and really the northern tip of Illinois. And then Louisiana, again, this is where that tropical weather could occur. And then we have an interesting area right along the high plains and southern high plains. And the reason for this area is because we have a little bit of a low developing out here. That is going to be swifting this way. And when it does, it's going to be slowly moving though. It's not going to be a very quick mover, but it's going to be just kind of just meandering, and then it's going to eventually move off to the east. And when it does, it's going to kind of just fall. Hold on, let me redo that. It's just going to kind of fall apart, like somewhere right over Nebraska and Kansas. Okay, but yes, so that's going to be interesting. So western parts of Nebraska, again, got South Dakota, eastern Colorado, eastern New Mexico, western, and the panhandles of Texas and Oklahoma are areas worth watching. So let's go and move on to the next slide now. This is for tomorrow. Now this is unfortunately on the weekends, and because of that, not many weather communities and also weather-related channels are going to be covering this, but it is an area that is worth watching. We got a nice marginal risk, kind of just like I said, kind of really in the same area here. The only slight difference in added measures, we have a slight risk right along eastern Colorado, parts of the panhandles, and also very far northeastern Mexico. And the reason for this, again, is because we have this area of disturbed weather. We have a low pressure system right here that is just kind of just slowly moving off to the east. And because of that, it could be potentially bringing some severe weather, and also because kind of a little bit of a weak trough too. It's kind of doing something like that because you got this massive ridge in the eastern U.S. again that's causing that major heat wave. But because you got a little bit of a trough right here, you're gonna have some possible rotation with some of these thunderstorms. You may have some spin-ups right in this area. So again, if you get any spin-ups within these areas, and really a couple more spin-ups there just for the heck of it. If you get any spin-ups in these areas, definitely please be cautious, be weather aware, and be weather ready, as these storms could potentially have some spin-ups with them, and this is not an uncommon area for spinning weather, spinning up tornadoes and stuff like that, especially when you get a trough that is set up perfectly like this, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, please be careful and please be cautious. Moving on. Yeah, the storm still kind of just really doesn't move much, it just kind of just sits there, just spins away, and as it's sitting there, it just kind of, this is for, what's today? Today's Friday, so this is for, I believe, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so this will be next Monday, I think. Again, correct me if I'm wrong on that. No, I think this is either for Sunday or Monday. Again, I don't keep up with my thoughts that well because I get caught up in this stuff, but two areas of concern. Marginal risk right there. You're probably wondering, what the heck? There's a marginal risk right over southwestern Montana and really central Idaho. Yes, I put that there for safety reasons. Again, I know a lot of forecasts probably do not have that put out, because it's kind of out far, and this could change drastically. But the reason for this is because I do see a couple thunderstorms in some of the models that have been showing some nice clustered cellular activity in these areas, and so that's why I had put a marginal risk there. Now I know probably just northwest of this marginal risk, and kind of cutting the northern western half of it, it probably will see some more like snow and stuff, but really other than that, you're not gonna get too much snow out of this particular system. This trough is just a little too warm for these areas. But good news is, I know that they've been dealing with drought up there in the northern Dakotas, parts of Iowa, and unfortunately Michigan, I don't know what to say about Michigan, and this drought's just extending towards the south and east. It's really extending over Ohio, West Virginia, and it's starting to affect the Carolinas as well, but we will hope to God that, like they always say, there's always hope on the horizon, for good measurable precipitation in this really technically whole area, which is really the whole Corn Belt region. In this whole Corn Belt region, it's got some pretty bad drought in the area, and so I condolences to you guys who live in that region. I really hope that the weather cooperates with you guys this summer. And again, my friend in Ohio, he's not very happy about what's been going on, and I feel him, But this is the last slide, as you can tell, and I will be ending off the video here. But if you guys like this 3 highlight forecasts, and you know what, I'm thinking of starting to do these. I know other YouTube weather channels, I should be saying, they don't do highlights in their forecasts. I know a couple of them that do, but most YouTube channels do not do highlights in the forecasts. One of the things is going to be associated with our community, but I really hope you enjoy. Again, we will be doing weather highlights throughout the summer. And I also want to disclaim to you guys, I am not a live streamer, and I do not live stream a whole lot. I will be live streaming every once and now and then, but I will not be live streaming a whole lot of severe weather activity, and I won't be live streaming because the whole point of forecasting is to get it out there before, not during the current time. So I will be making a disclaimer video based off of that in the next video here, but I just want you to know that is exactly how the whole YouTube channel is going to work. It's going to be basically covering a lot of variety range of weather activity, and we will start kind of expanding throughout the world once we kind of get to know the world a little bit more and stuff like that. So, but if you guys really like this content and you guys really enjoyed the 3 highlights, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and again, share the video with family and friends. Give the video a thumbs up if you really enjoy this video. Alrighty, you guys have a fantastic day, and we will talk to you, thinking probably maybe tomorrow, but again, I can't guarantee anything. Alright, have a blessed day. Bye.